Madam Ministry Speaker, let's see what is happening to our world status quo right now. We see that all production studios are actually free to decide how they will cast the actors itself for the TV show that is needed by them. And most of them choose to cast the people based on their own professionalism, which means that there is only a person who can act as what is demanded by the TV shows who will be chosen by them. Let's see, for example, uh, a straight person, they will act as the LGBT people, or the non-Chinese person, they will also act as a Chinese person, which means that this is really out of their characteristics, this is really out of their identities, that we are afraid that it's going to reflect to their daily activities itself, that I'm gonna show you in my justifications later on. But what is becoming the problem right now? We see that there is a mismatched character that cause an unnatural TV shows, or even it will also indirectly less or more will impactful toward the life of this actor itself. Although we see that there is a rational decision which is done by these characters or these actors, but we see that this is not enough by us to just let them go with crossing identities that is demanded by the TV shows itself. Besides that, we see also that how this will also impactful toward the message that will be delivered, because there is only less production house will ask like for example the suggestions or the advice coming from the right person itself. So that's why there is no check and balance done in terms of these TV shows or movie itself that we want as the societies that will indirectly like cause a protest or even cause such mismatch of the message that is delivered by the movie itself. So that's why we as the opening government, we would like to force these production studios to act to cast the actors based on their characters' identities in the artwork itself. Our goal are actually very simple. That number one, we would like to shorten the time of the actors to have a deeper characteristics or to deepen the characteristics that they want, because we believe that the straight person need so much time to to learn about the characteristics of LGBT people, or even the non-Chinese person also needs so much time to act as the Chinese person itself in terms of voice, for example, or the movement, for example, and etc. To support our goal, we would like to have two justifications at the opening government. Number one, because we believe that this policy will give viewers about the natural show in terms of plot of the movies, for example, and also the characters itself. Number two, because we also believe that the world viewers mostly do not ready to face the change of the world in terms of the movies itself. Most of them are still carried away by the situations itself that I'm gonna talk about this in my substantive justifications. Now let's move to our first justifications. This policy will give the viewers about the natural show. This natural show is actually demanded by the societies because they want to know what is actually done, what is actually happened toward these characters. For example, in terms of LGBT people, that these LGBT characters in several movies, they will only be used as accomplishments characters to make this movie to be as fun as possible, while what is actually demanded by the world is not only about that, but it's about the message, a moral message which is delivered over there, like how good the LGBT people itself, for example, and their daily activities, for example, and etc. So we think that this is really important for us to consider because at the end of the day, it's gonna give you a natural TV show or a TV show which will give you a very real situations of the characters itself. And number two, we believe that how professional the character is, they will not be able to be the real characters of what is demanded by the TV shows or the production house itself. Like a straight person will not be able to be a real LGBT person because they never experience this in their daily activities. Even if so, we believe that there is still differentiations between these characteristics and also the real characteristics of the LGBT people itself, including the term of the Chinese and non-Chinese characters itself, that we believe that there is also the same possibility to happen that they will not be as professional as that to show the real characteristics, to show like the real situations of what is happening to those identities itself. That we believe that it's also going to give you a check and balance situations where there is a mis like match of the characters or plot. They will ask the productions houses to make or to change the ways or to change the plot itself. Number two, we believe that the world viewers are not ready to face the change. For example, like what happened in a liberal democratic country like Indonesia, that most of us do not ready to face the change of characters itself. Some of them are still carried away by the characteristics used by those characters. For example, sometimes we are feeling so mad of the characters because they become a very bad characters in a movie, for example. Then they don't like this actor just because these actors act as a bad person in the movie itself, for example. So we think that it's gonna give a bad impact toward these characters, toward these actors, because at the end of the day, they will be called as what is actually done by them in terms of movie itself. So that's why, because we don't want this fear to happen, we would like to promote this motion to pass. Thank you.